close till I get up. Time is barely on our side. I don't wanna waste what's left. The storms we chase are leading us, and love is all we'll ever trust. Yeah, no, I don't wanna waste what's left. And on we'll go, through the wastelands, through the highways, till my shadow turns to sun rays. And on we'll go, through the wastelands, through the highways, and on we'll go.
What's going on, everybody? How you all doing? Welcome back to Daniel Bailey TV. Welcome to another show. Listen, I hope you're all keeping safe and well. And it was nice to get back to the Hawthorns and actually get back to watch some live football. Obviously, not being at it wasn't at the Emirates, so had to trek all the way up to the Hawthorns to watch Arsenal play because they were away at West Brom. But I'll tell you what, it was nice to get back to live football. It was nice to actually get back to a stadium and I got to credit the staff at the Hawthorns as well. They were brilliant. The stewards were friendly. Yeah, they were really nice. But yeah, obviously Arsenal playing West Brom, and the journey wasn't too great, getting stuck in all that amounts of traffic, but it was nice to get back to live football. It was nice to actually get in the car, and obviously my friends drove up, and it was nice to actually have that experience of going to an away game, because it was it's been an awfully long time since been going to an away game, and the performance wasn't bad, was it? Listen, I ain't getting too carried away because it's only West Brom in the Carabao Cup, and we've got bigger fish to fry. Speaking of bigger fish to fry, we've got Man City on Saturday, and I'm going tomorrow. So I've got to figure out when I'm going to do the preview, because obviously I'm doing this. I might do the preview pre-recorded en route and then drop it down. Drop it, upload it somewhere tomorrow. But listen, there's 13 of you in the chat. If you do want to come on and have your say, the link is in the description. So on YouTube, the link is in the chat. So if you want to come on, please click the link. Listen, I'm going to do you guys one at a time. God, Jesus, that sounded a bit wrong, didn't it? I'm going to have you guys come on one at a time. To have your say. You can have between 5 and 10 minutes, however many people are waiting backstage. But I'd like to hear you guys' opinion on last night's game. Obviously, Steve is waiting backstage. I'm going to bring you in just a second. But I thought it was pretty decent. Like I said, I'm not getting too carried away. With this this performance, because like I said, it is only West Brom in the Carabao Cup, and like I said, we've got bigger fish to fry. We got Man City on Saturday, 12:30. Let me tell you right here, who thinks up of these bloody kickoffs? Because it don't make match-going fans. They don't make it easy. I've got to go up tomorrow and stay overnight in Manchester, but they don't make it easy for match-going fans when they put these 12:30 kickoffs or 8 p.m. kickoffs. Like, seriously, like, unless you drive, it's like trying to get public transport to those kickoff times is ridiculous. Especially Manchester, because you got to get a train, and it takes about 4 to 5 hours, especially from Devon. But it's atrocious, absolutely atrocious. But back onto the West Brom game. I thought it was a pretty decent performance. It was nice to see Ramsdale making his debut. And do you know what? I thought he'd done all right. I know I've been critical of this signing in particular, but I thought he'd done okay. I think actually he could probably push Bert Leno. Like I said, caveat in that with we can't get too carried away. We can't. We can't get too carried away because it's mad. It's mad. It's only West Brom. But it's mad. But yeah, listen, I'm gonna get crack on with the calls because I've got a few people waiting. Let me bring in my first caller, which is Steve. How you doing, Steve?
All right, Dan, yeah, I'm cool, mate. Can we just keep it as Tony, mate, if that's all right, because everyone's getting confused in
Yeah,
here.
yeah. Sorry.
Who's this
Yeah,
Steve,
do you know what? Sorry. Do you know what? Do you know what it
Yeah.
is, mate? Because I look at your Facebook name and I look at the
Yeah, no.
YouTube and it's confusing. But yeah,
It's cool,
yeah.
mate. It's cool, but I mean,
What
yeah,
did
go
you
on.
make of it? What did you make of it last night?
Well, I thought it was a great win. I've got to admit, it's good to see Arsenal get a few goals for a change. That is a fucking miracle, to be honest. But and then Aubameyang getting a hat trick, yeah, fantastic. But you got to take into account the team they were playing. They're pretty much like a pub team. No disrespect to West Brom, but that's what they were. And at the end of the day, you got to do it against the big teams in the Premiership. And we want to see if they can carry this on to City now, because you know what? I don't think they will. I don't think they will do as good as this against City. They'll drop back down to the usual bog standard shit that they usually do.
Yeah, it's mad. It's Do you think yeah, do you think that actually do you think we should celebrate the win, or do you think we should have a little bit of perspective? Because that's the way I'm looking.
Yeah.
That's the way I'm looking at it, right? We only played West Brom. Guys, if you want to join the chat, I don't know whether the link is still in the YouTube chat, whether it's got lost in
still there, Dan. Yeah, it's still there.
But yeah, if you guys want to jump on the link is in the chat, YouTube chat. So please come on, have your say. It'd be nice to get as many of you on, different opinions. Like I said, I'm gonna have you on one at a time just so it makes the flow of the show go a bit easy. But yeah, listen, come on, come right in. If you are waiting backstage, I will get you on. I'll come to you very shortly. But yeah, I will come to you in turn. But yeah, what did you make? So what do you think that we've got to keep it grounded? We've got to keep it grounded. I want to ask you about Aaron Ramsdale. How do you think he done last night?
Actually thought, I thought he performed well. I got to admit, he did look good, but then, he didn't have that much to say, did he? Let's be honest. But what he did do, he done pretty well. Seemed fairly competent with kicking as well, which you can't say Leno is most of the time. So, I thought he actually performed pretty well. But I'd like to see him do it against the bigger team now, what he can do, but if he got a game against, I don't think he'd get a game against City because it'd be Leno, I expect. But if he plays one of the goes in goal against one of the other teams, let's see what he can do then. But I actually thought he done all right. So
yeah, and the other debutant, second debut, Odegaard. What did you make of him? His performance?
At times, actually, Dan, I thought he looked really good. I mean, some of his touches are actually really good and passing. But again, it's against weak opposition. Let's see him do that in the Premiership week in, week out, Let's see if he can actually do that, live up to his billing that he had at Real Madrid,
Yeah, exactly. Exactly. I just want to remind everybody, if you are watching on Facebook, you will need to head over to YouTube, Daniel Bailey TV, and the link to join the show is in that chat. And it might disappear, so let me know in the comment section if you guys need it again. I can repost it. But yeah, what did you make of Aubameyang's performance as well? Getting a hat trick. It was nice to see him get back on the score sheet.
Brilliant! Yeah,
Which we
it
needed,
was.
didn't we?
Yeah.
We needed Aubameyang, because if we've got a fit Aubameyang and a scoring Aubameyang, we've got Aubameyang firing on all cylinders. That's going to be great for us this season, because if I'm being honest, it's going to be a long season.
Yeah, I agree with you there, Dan. But I will warn you, right? Aubameyang done this last season. I think it was against Leeds, wasn't it? Where he got a hat trick, and then he done nothing after that. And everyone was saying, "Oh, Ober's back, Ober's back." You know, look at him go. He's going to get loads of goals. And what happened? He failed after that, didn't he? So,
yeah,
you know, I just will give that as a warning. You know, not to get too gassed about it at the moment. You know.
Yeah, definitely.
But a great hat trick. I loved his third goal. I'm sure. Where were you, behind the goal or at the game or?
Yeah, so I was sat. So in the first half, I was sat behind. So if you was watching the game in the first half, I was sat behind Aaron Ramsdale. So
oh yeah, right,
yeah. So I was like literally Aaron Ramsdale was right in front of me, and I had a row in front of me, and then Aaron Ramsdale was right in front of me. So I was really close to the players. It was really cool. Like I say, it was nice to get. It was nice to get back there. Nice to get back. Are you confident going into this Man City game, especially now with the performance?
Well, it's good to get a win. Let's put it that way. That is some sort of confidence you can take, but then again, we got a higher grade, higher level of opposition next. That is the problem. And again, I'm saying we. I'm not even with Arsenal anymore. I'm with the Bees, but I do keep saying we. But anyway, they are with they are against a much better team this time. So you know, I wouldn't like to say, but you got some confidence. That's the main thing. Let's just hope they can carry it on. But I'm just not so certain of that. But we will see.
Yeah.
Time will tell.
Yeah, definitely. Listen, mate, I want to thank you for coming on.
That's right, Dan. Anytime, mate.
Really appreciate that. And yeah, listen, I really appreciate you coming on. And anytime these phone-in shows are going, you're always welcome. So yeah, I just want to thank you. But yeah, big up. Thank you for coming on.
Yeah. By the way, you're freezing a madness. You keep freezing on mine. I can't. It's like you're freezing. I can hear you. You're talking well, but you're freezing at the same time. So I don't know what that's all about. So whether it's just mine or my Wi-Fi or whatever. But anyway,
yeah, if somebody guys put it in the chat, let me know whether I'm freezing your end. I don't know. StreamYard might be having a madness. All right, then, mate. Possibly. Listen, I'm going to get to the next caller, but thank you for coming on. Really appreciate it.
Take care, mate.
Thank you.
Take care.
Bye. Right, guys, so let's get to our next caller, which is Stephen Featley from Stephen Featley TV. Hello, Stephen. How you doing, mate?
Not bad, you?
Yeah, not too bad. What did you make of it last night? What did you make of the game?
Well, it was nice to get a win finally, isn't it? I think it was like I said, I'm not getting ahead of myself. It was against West Brom when I saw the West Brom side and I saw our side. I'm like, if the Arteta can't win in this game, like, then surely that's got to tell everyone he needs to go. Now, yes, he's won this game. He's won comfortably. But if you're playing West Brom's under 18 side, I would expect you, if you're playing Aubameyang, to be getting like bags of goals. And luckily, that's what we did. A couple of the moments in defence, I was like the defending still is just it's dodgy. It's still dodgy, even against West Brom. And I'm sitting there and I'm like, if we play like that against Man City, this lot are going to get ripped to shreds, absolutely ripped to shreds. And but it's nice that they got a win and some confidence. Whether they can actually do anything in the Man City game is another matter. But I mean, it shows how far we've fallen. We're playing in the second round of the EFL Cup, which I don't think we've done since when I was about 10 months old. That was 25 to 6 years ago.
Yeah.
It's mad.
Do you think we're in danger of getting carried away with this result? Because it was a great performance, but we weren't playing a great side. I mean, they looked awful. I know they had a lot of key players resting, but they looked dreadful, absolutely dreadful.
Yeah, I know I'm not going to be too harsh on West Brom because most of their side was a young side. I think they're focusing on promotion into the Championship. They're joint top in their leagues in the Championship. So I wouldn't have blamed them for like fielding out a weak side to try and further their place to try and get promoted straight back into the Premier League. So I'm not going to be too harsh on them because the fact it was a weaker side. They were poor. I will give them that. But I think Arsenal, once they knew how to beat the press, because they did try and press us when they could, once they knew how to beat the press and like some of the balls we were playing were easily cutting them apart. Just I think with the lack of an experience in the West Brom side is just it sort of showed, and we took command of that game quite easily.
Yeah. What did you make of Aaron Ramsdale's performance?
I mean, obviously, I think I don't think you're the only person who's been criticising about Aaron Ramsdale. I think every Arsenal fan on the planet's been criticising about Aaron Ramsdale. Let alone every other rival fan's been bantering us about it. But I mean, he made some again, it is. You could say it's the second round of the EFL Cup, but when you play what's in front of you, and he made some good saves. He was very commanding in his box. Didn't make any mistakes. No, not the only dodgy moment I can remember was when I don't even think that was. I don't think that was because of Ramsdale. That was Chambers playing a short ball to him that was nearly cut out and intercepted and would have left us in deep trouble. And that was right at the very start of the game. But I don't see any mistakes from him after that. So I think like our play ratings, I just did our match reaction earlier. I think we gave him about a 7. I had no problems with Ramsdale. And if he keeps that up, at least it keeps Leno on his toes, knowing that he's got competition there to challenge him. Which is what we need, because we need a goalkeeper that can sort of keep Leno sharp.
Yeah. What about Odegaard? What did you make of his second debut?
It's like the return. It's like the return of Lazarus, isn't it? I think Odegaard played well. Great sort of flick onto for one of the goals. I think he got one of the assists for that goal. Again, like I said, he played well against what was a weaker West Brom side. The only problem I do have is he going to be like he was last season, where against stronger opposition, he didn't know what to he didn't know how to cut in and work the ball to be able to create chances for Aubameyang and for the wingers as well. So whether he can do that against stronger opposition is still it still remains to be seen. but from what I've seen so far, it's a good start. But it's like I said, it's like we said, we can't get ahead of ourselves. We can't get ahead of ourselves.
Exactly. We can't. We've just got to keep it grounded because it could have. We could go up to Man City and get a mauling, which is
we could go to
quite
Man
possible.
City. The only reason we're not at the bottom of the table is because Norwich have conceded about 2 more goals than us. That could change by the end of by the end of next week. We could be at the bottom of the table, and I think Statics in the chat. I think he mentioned it to Lee Gunner when he's on his channel, and he mentioned it to me, and I'll say it again. For the first, this is the first time in Arsenal's history we've scored no points and no goals in our first 2 games. That's going to be 3 games that we're not done that. Right by the end of next week. That sums it up.
I look at the Man City game as well, and I'm going up there. Like I said at the top of the show, I'm going up tomorrow because it's obviously an early kickoff. But I look at that game and I'm just like, it's going to be, for me, if we put in a performance against Man City, then we can say, do you know what? Maybe the signings have made an improvement. But because it was against West Brom, and don't get me wrong, we done what was expected of us. We got the win. But there's a question mark going, well, we didn't do it against Chelsea, did we? I know players were missing. We didn't do it against Brentford. And I just sit here and I look at this team and I just think, if we can pull it off against Man City, but even so, I'm at that point because Arsenal have done it so many times before to us where we've had 2 good wins and everybody's like, oh, fucking hell, great, we're turned a corner. For me, I still don't think the position has changed. I still think Arteta's on a tightrope in regards to his job. Just because he won against West Brom doesn't make everything go away. And I'm not falling into that trap this time of things have changed because they haven't.
It's like I've heard some fans that have been going on about, how we don't sack our managers, we give our managers time, this, that, and all the other. I think it was a major debate after the Chelsea game. And I'm sitting there and I'm like, yeah, but you did it with Emery. So what's the difference? And if you don't want to be like Chelsea, that's fine. But the last time Chelsea got rid of the manager halfway through a season, mate, both times they won a Champions League. So that's probably the reason why we ain't won a Champions League. And we've not acted like a big club since. Right? So there you go. So, would you rather you'd rather not be like Chelsea, give your managers time, accept mediocrity, or be like Chelsea, get rid of the managers, get a one that's going to be a top manager, right, and actually win trophies? I know I'd rather. So I find it baffling that these people still want to back Arteta, saying oh, look, it's only been 2 games. He's not had his full strength side. Well, I said, mate, did you remember what he did in the semi-final of the Europa League? Do you not remember what he did last season? Or is that forgot? Did you forget that? Obviously, they must have forgot that last season. The same with the owners as well. It's everyone loves to put the hashtag Cronky out because it suits their narrative on social media. It means they're blending in with everyone else. But when it comes to actually protesting, 8 people turn up to the ground. Everyone else that's at the ground is more interested in going in the game. Right? And all interested in going in the shop. There's more people queuing in the shop for the new shirt than there is people protesting. Yet this guy tried to take our club away and put us in a Super League and made us basically turn against our own club. Right? Because he doesn't care. And yet you all want to be Cronky out.
Yeah. Remember, guys, you can join the show if you want to come on, have your say. You don't have to have your camera on. You can come on with just audio, which is absolutely fine. So, listen, there's nobody backstage at the moment. So if you want to come on, there's There's free spaces. The links are in the chat. For some reason, it wouldn't let me pin it. YouTube's been really stupid. Every time I try and pin it, it keeps opening the link. So yeah, I can't pin it, but I can keep reposting it if people need it. Yeah, I get your point, and I completely agree. You know, people say that they're cronky out, but yet they're the first people to go and buy the shirt. I ain't buying no Arsenal shirt. I ain't spending. They get enough money in ticket prices. Do you know what I mean?
We're
So I ain't
still the
gonna
most
lie.
expensive ticket price in the league. For what? What do we watch? What do we watch that's worth that amount of money? Man City is supposed to be the best club in England, right? Chelsea is supposed to be the best club in Europe, and yet they pay about 50 odd quid for their tickets on average. We pay 80 odd. How does that work? How does that work? It's just like, and these people still go in like they're going like sheep. Like you still buy it to the PR. You still buy it to the way they spin it every time.
Yeah, it's mad. I personally wouldn't buy. I wouldn't buy any of this stuff because, like I said, Arsenal get enough money, right? Yeah, like tomorrow it's costing me well over 100 quid just for the weekend, and that's including ticket, hotel, and train and petrol and stuff. So yeah, it's mad. It's absolutely.
That's what I said. I mean, I went for a weekend break in Manchester for a weekend, Friday to Monday. It cost a lot of money. It cost me about over 300 quid, something like that. 200 to 300 quid. When I then went out for a meal and everything after that. So yeah, it was about easy. That it's not cheap, and the fact that you have to stay in overnight because these idiots called BT and Sky, they've obviously forgot what fans need to do to get to the game. Right? They're more interested about showing the game on their TV. Right? So why can't they just show it at 3 p.m. like every other game? So it saves every other fan having to stay in overnight. Why can't you do that? Why is it you have to do it at the early kickoff? Or in fact, why are you doing the early kickoff for a game that the fans need to travel 400 odd miles or 200 odd miles, something like that? Why? It's quite easy to just either do it at the same time as every other game, so fans have got a chance to all do it in one day and don't have to stay in overnight, or just don't show it at all. But
Yeah,
money talks. Money talks. And this is this whole problem.
yeah.
I mean, this is what this whole problem with the Super League in the first place is, that money talks. And that will come about the way it's going, because as soon as we don't get these owners out, right, the more we don't get these owners out, the more that threat is still there. The more the threat is still there. Simple. And it will happen.
Yeah. Yeah, it's mad. It's total mad.
It is mad. And it's
crazy.
You know,
it is absolutely crazy. Like, it really is. And you know, do you know, like, look, I don't know, like, it's just, it takes out, people don't realize going to these away games as well, it's time consuming. Like, for me to go to the game against Man City, and I do it because obviously I love Arsenal, but I don't get home until like 9 o'clock on Saturday evening. Like, for a 90-minute game, that's like my whole weekend gone. Like, by the time I get home, I've got Sunday, and I don't think I don't think they appreciate that. Do you know what I mean?
No, they don't. What they appreciate is how much they make out of it in terms of viewings, and how much like revenue they get from that. They don't actually care about the fan. Like, this is why when the Super League come out and you hear like UEFA and the FA coming and condemning it, saying we're with the fans and all that. You're not with the fans at all. If you were with the fans, mate, you'd be doing every which way to keep Bury afloat, right? You'd be, and all the other all the other League 1 and 2 clubs as well, right? If you're with the fans, mate, you would understand that going to when we used, obviously we were in the Europa League last season, going to a game on Monday evening, and then playing on a Thursday evening is not frigging feasible, especially when you've got to travel 200 odd miles, right, from London to Manchester. It doesn't make sense. And
Yeah.
then they wonder why if the fans get pissed off with them.
Yeah,
Because you
it's
don't
mad.
actually care. You don't care at all. You just care. The only reason you cared about the Super League is because the money was being taken away from yourselves. It's the only reason.
Yeah, that's true. Listen, guys, remember to hit that like button, hit the subscribe button if you do want to join. The link is in the description, in the chat. Sorry. So yeah, please come in if you feel like you want to and you want to have your say. There's still loads and loads of. Obviously, there's nobody backstage, so yeah, anytime you want to come in and have your say. Like I said, you don't have to have your camera on if you don't want to. I'm not one of these channels where it's a requirement. Listen, I can't see you anyway, so it don't make no difference to me. Yeah, mate, it's but yeah, you can come on and have your say on yesterday's game. I'd like to get many different opinions on it. I'd like to get many different thoughts and on how you guys think it went. So yeah, come on in the chat. The stage is pretty much free. Stephen, did you what did you make? Do you think Aubameyang has turned the corner? Because obviously he got a hat trick. Do you think this is the start of something?
We were debating this on just earlier, and obviously I've actually been. I mean, obviously I've been calling for Aubameyang to be sold. I just our 4 years time was up at Arsenal. I still, for me, the jury's still out on him big time. It's all right doing it against West Brom where they've got a bunch of kids in front of you. I want to see you do that in the Premier League, even against Norwich City or a Leeds United or something like that. Like, because there's no easy team in the Premier League, especially for Arsenal. But every team that we seem to play against always seem to make it difficult for Aubameyang to play his football, and always seem to make it difficult for us to get Aubameyang in the game. So if that's the case, then I want you to see you doing it against a man's. I want to see you do it against a Leeds. I want to see you do it against an Everton. I want to see you do it against who else is there? Like even a Brighton or a Crystal Palace. I want you to see you to do that regularly, week in, week out in the Premier League, like you were doing beforehand when Arteta first took charge. Right? We know you got it. We know you've got the talent. We need you to do it. But so I don't know. No, I don't see this. Yeah, it's great. He's got a hat trick and it gives him confidence. But it's like Tony said earlier before, like we got a result out of him against Leeds at our own ground. I think it was 5-2, something like that. Don't know. I can't remember. But in the end, what did it come to in the next game? It all went It all went to shit again. He just disappeared again. Like someone actually like mentioned it as like he's Casper Aubameyang. He's Casper the Ghost. Right. So yeah, he needs a lot more games and games in the Premier League to prove me wrong on that front. Because in a minute, if you're offering me either Lacazette or Aubameyang and one of them needs to be sold, I'd sell Aubameyang because Lacazette's game contributes more to the side than and the creativity of our side than Aubameyang does, and complements probably more when what we think Arteta is doing. So I don't actually know what Arteta is doing. I don't even know what his style of play is. I don't know what he's thinking at times, but at least it's for me. It's it complements more to what I think Arteta is trying to do, which is trying to create more chances for not just the striker but for the wingers and for more attackers to be in play when we do transition the ball and go forward. So I think for that reason I'll keep Lacazette and I'll get rid of Aubameyang. But that's just me.
Yeah. And Lacazette had a good game as well.
Yeah,
I thought
Lacazette
Lacazette had a good game.
Yeah, he had a good game when he came on as well. I mean, everyone had a decent game, like overall. Holding for me, like I said with the defense, he was like Holding was like I think one time the West Brom player spun him and he just took him out and got him a booking. And I'm like, mate, if you do that against Man City, God knows what you're going to be doing because you're going to be off in about 2 seconds flat because they're going to be spinning you left, right, and centre. He just fell for it. You knew what the attacker was going to do. He was going to turn around him and go. And instead of standing off him and anticipating what he's going to do, he just went straight into the back of him. And it's just these little things. Now, luckily, that didn't come to anything, that free kick. If you're playing a side against Man City or a Chelsea or something like that, even Southampton with Ward-Prowse, right? They can use that to punish this. And with our defence, it is scary when corners come in. It is scary when free kicks come in our box, right? I see it so many times and I'm sitting there, I'm like, we actually play like that at the back, do we? And we're supposed to be better defensively. George Graham would be having a fit. Honestly, he used to be the king of defences for us. And I'm telling you now, he would chuck half of that. He would chuck all of that defence out. It's not good enough. Probably
we need to get rid of Callum Chambers, Rob Holding. Do you know what? Right? Yeah, somebody said to me yesterday because I was sat next to somebody yesterday, and they said that Callum Chambers and Rob Holding look like two players where they give off the impression that they're really confident, but deep down they're really shitting themselves when good players start running towards them.
Yeah.
And it really I never really thought about it like that until someone said it yesterday. And do you know what? I was analyzing their play and I was like, do you know what? Right, yeah, you've got a point. You've actually got a point.
They're so they've got no confidence in themselves to be able to do anything. Chambers, for me, I don't get why. Like Chambers is like another Carl Jenkinson to me, mate. I don't know what anyone else thinks, but he's like another Carl Jenkinson. It's like you want your place in the cereal box, right? You want your place by calling out the numbers for bingo or something, right? And with this, and forgetting a line, you win a prize of being the right back at Arsenal for a game, right, or something, right? Because he can't be an Arsenal player, right? We've gone from Lee Dixon to Lauren to who else is a right back beforehand? yeah, we've gone from that to that to now. Trying to think of good right backs that we had, but yeah, but I think that those are the only ones I could think of at the minute. We've gone from then to now Bellerin. Oh, Sagner's another one. Sorry, that was the one I was thinking of. Yeah, we went from Dixon to Lauren to Sagner, who's not really towards Lauren and Dixon's level, and then to Bellerin and Chambers.
Yeah.
And you could go for our whole squad and you could do exactly the same. We've gone from Vieira to Fabregas to Cazorla to Xhaka.
Yeah.
It says it all, doesn't it? It's just like we've got Kolasinac as a left back where we used to have Gail Clichy and Ashley Cole. Like as goalkeepers, we've gone from David Seaman to Jens Lehmann to Leno, from Almunia to Leno. Well, that might be a little bit of improvement, but there you go. Like this is how far us are. I mean, you can. Some people are even mentioning some of the great players we've had, and you can see how, by what we're mentioning of the players we've got now, how far we have fallen, and yet people accept it. They accept it, and they think, like, I was hearing like Holding is Holding's a decent centre back. I'm like, what are you on about? What? Ben White, I know, like, everyone's going on about Ben White, but I don't think he's not worth 50 million. He's decent, but he's not the answer, right? And people trying to make it out that he's like better than what, Varane? No. Oh, come on, man. This fan base at times is a joke. It is a joke, and it makes you embarrassed at times to be an Arsenal fan, just by some of the crap that comes out of some of these Arsenal fans' heads. They still think they live in this golden age of great players that we used to have. Well, wake up and smell the coffee. We've moved out of Highbury now. We're in this shithole called the Emirates, right? Because I'm sorry, it's a shithole compared to Highbury to me. But we're now in this Emirates era where we're promised to be compete with Bayern Munich and the likes. Well, we're not actually. We're competing with West Brom and Norwich, and we've got now none of these great players left. We've got shit players, a shit squad, a shit manager, a shit owner, and when we've gone, and like, for me, this it says again, like, when they said we're going to compete with Bayern Munich moving to the Emirates. Well, I'm sorry, mate. We should, like, obviously what they meant was obviously the Super League. It must have what they meant.
Yeah.
Because it couldn't be like this. It couldn't be this.
Yeah. Yeah. Definitely.
I'd love to give
it's
a bit
mad.
more positivity, man, but I can't. There's nothing positive.
No. It's all right. Listen, guys. The links are still there. Anybody going to be brave enough to come on and have your say? But yeah, the links are there in the chat.
Get an Arteta in fan on. That'll be nice. Let's see. That'll set it off, won't
mate.
it?
Mate, you'll be hard to find Arteta in fans in my chat. Let me tell you something now. Arteta in fans don't exist in my chat.
I'm telling you now, the Arteta in fans don't exist on frigging YouTube. Trust me, they only exist on like in the stadiums.
Yeah, they only exist in Arteta's head as well.
Yeah.
there ain't no thing as an Arteta in fan.
Can you imagine this guy's that arrogant? He actually thinks that he's got fans. Maybe just set up an OnlyFans account. You know what I mean?
Yeah, probably. He probably would as well.
Yeah, he probably needs
Yeah.
it. You know what I
Yeah.
mean?
That's just mad.
How
That's
bad
just
is it when
total.
you're managing his an OnlyFans account to have some fans in his fan base?
He
Oh my
would.
life!
He would. He would.
Uh,
You could imagine him doing that as well, couldn't you? Like this
Yeah,
guy.
yeah. What would the extra funds go to? Like, let extra funds in Arteta's bank account to go get.
Probably doing his hair.
Yeah, to get some more hair, or
Yeah, to get some more hair. Like
or to please Cronky and buy him a new wig.
yeah. He should be the mascot for Legoland. Do you know what I mean? Like with that haircut. Do you know what I mean? Like honestly, he should be Mikel Arteta, the mascot for Legoland. Like seriously.
Yeah. I think Tony's put a super chat in for you, mate.
Sorry.
I
Oh
think
shit! Do you
Tony's
know I'm not even
Tony's-
looking at the. I'm not even looking at the chat. That's bad, isn't it?
Oh no.
Talking about Arteta. Talking about Arteta's Lego hair just makes me ignore the chat. Yeah, it's mad. I can't believe it, man. It's just absolutely insane. Yeah, talking about his
Yeah,
his
bring back
crap
Steve Bold.
hairstyle.
Bring back Steve Bold.
It's
Yeah.
mad. It just makes. Hey, listen, Steven's brave enough to come on. Like, honestly,
Yeah,
you
if
like
someone else wants to come on, then by all
you
means
lot,
take over.
you lot asked in the chat. But thanks for your donation. But thanks for your.
Is that me?
But yeah, listen, anybody, the links are there. So yeah, come right in. I'm probably going to be on for maybe another 5 to 10 minutes. And if nobody comes in, then I'm going to wrap up. But if more people come on, then obviously I'll keep going. But so far, if nobody comes in, I'm going for 5 to 10 minutes.
I mean,
but yeah,
I want to ask you, because obviously you're going to the games, right? How do you feel like with the stadiums being back at like full capacity, in a sense, like with the whole COVID situation and everything in a minute? Do you feel it's safe enough, or do you feel that it's a risky move by?
Do you know what, mate? Like I don't really think about it. So like I do all my precautions with like hand sanitizing, and when I sit down in my seat, I sanitize the seat with the spray, because you never know who's touching it as they're going by and stuff. But like apart from taking my own precautions, I don't really think about it. I mean, look, it's completely different in your situation. And my situation, because I don't have the health problems that you've got. So naturally, you're going to think about it more. But I think for me, like I think the way I look at it is there's never going to be like a non-COVID time. There's never going to be like so like even if they delayed it, it's only delaying the inevitable, really. Like it's only delaying, so like you're not preventing all these cases and stuff from happening, you're just delaying it, you're just kicking it further down the road. Bit like Arteta signing Granit Xhaka to a contract extension. Yeah. No, seriously, you're not fixing the problem, you're just kicking it down the road for a later date. That's seriously, and that's the way like these people look at COVID. You're not exactly fixing a problem or preventing deaths. You're just you're just kicking it down the road for a later date. And it's like with the board, isn't it? 5 games to save your job, Arteta. Yeah, that's kicking it down the road for a later date. Because let me tell you, that's going to come back as well.
5 games later, I still can't make a
It's
decision.
mad.
I'll give it another 5 games. Oh God. Look, I mean, well, to be honest, in my situation, like, there's actually liver patients I know, because obviously I speak to the Children's Liver Disease Foundation charity, obviously, because my channel's for their charity, so I speak to them on a regular basis. And when I've spoken to the representatives who've been on the channel before for a fundraiser, they've quite openly said is that they've had liver patients that have caught COVID, but COVID overreacts your immune system. That's how it works, and that's how you end up filled up with fluid and on the lungs and everything like that. So if you're immune suppressed because you've had transplants, you have to take medicines to keep your immunity down to stop rejection from your liver, because obviously you have to do that. Basically, that if it overreacts, it just goes up to the levels of what a normal person would be, or maybe just over that. So you wouldn't get so many symptoms of COVID. And they've actually had patients where because of that, they don't have many problems. I'm not going to try that out, by the way. I ain't taking a risk and saying, yeah, that's fine, I'm not going to do anything. But I'll still take every precaution that's possible. But, like, it's kind of interesting to see in that situation. But, I mean, maybe after a time, then, and after it's been, like, maybe a few months, I might consider it. I mean, the only reason I'm not going to stadiums at the minute is because I don't want to spend another penny on this club. I don't think they deserve any of my money. My money's quite precious to me in a minute, so I'd rather not spend it. So, and I don't think this club does deserve deserves a lot of our money, to be honest, because we've put enough money into this club and we've got nothing in return, and we've got is more and more misery. So, but yeah, I think that's the only thing is that you can take your own precautions, and if you get it, you get it. You know, it's just you've done everything you can, which is have the vaccine, spray, and take your precautions. Wear a mask if you have to. I'll still wear my mask in a crowded area. So if I went to a stadium, I might even still wear my mask to be on the safe side. So, yeah, it's just one of those, you know. You have to just take every precaution possible.
Yeah, Anthony, for the super chat. Thank you very much. And like he said as well, 2 great people. Support the channel, both the channels, and yeah, Stephen's channel. Stephen, just plug your channel while you're on, mate. Tell everybody about your channel.
Yeah, well, thank you. My channel obviously is Feetly TV. We do F1, football, Arsenal content, mainly football, really, rather than just Arsenal, because otherwise I'd go insane. But yeah, we do have F1 content. We're not actually doing a watch along for the football because we've got F1 qualifying, and I've said if F1 qualifying's on before that, well, I'm playing that instead. It's more exciting. So yeah, we do that, but the difference is that everyone that comes in and watches our channel and raises money for the monetization we get, that money goes to Children's Liver Disease Foundation. It doesn't come to us. Only a little small percentage comes to just running the channel. The rest of it goes to charity. And yeah, and it's just trying to make a little bit of difference in the world to kids that need it. Kids that are in exactly the same position that I was so many years ago. So it's just a way of giving back, because without their research and their funding, I wouldn't be here. So and plus, like, you get to talk about Arsenal football and F1, so what's not lot to like as well. Plus, we do a lot of charity fun. We don't just do like our cause as well, just our cause. The liver awareness show. We've done many shows on different causes as well, like Alzheimer's, cancer, mental health. We've done loads on other stuff to raise awareness of other stuff rather than just our own cause. We've raised awareness of other people's causes as well. So.
Yeah. Yes, guys, go and support Steven's channel. Go and give him a subscribe. Hey, Manic, listen, mate. Manic, listen. Honestly, I've just seen your comment, and Kevin Campbell, like, he's not disappeared. He's coming back on soon. We're fixing up times and stuff. Don't forget, guys, I'm doing I'm doing a deadline day stream from 5 o'clock to 11 p.m. So yeah, I'm going for. I was gonna do like a complete day stream, but it was mad last time. That I've done it for literally 12 hours, and it was just mad. But I'm cutting it short. I'm only doing I'm doing 5 to 11 until the window closes. So got some great guests lined up. But yeah, guys, go over and check out Steven's channel. What's your channel called? Stephen Featley TV, is it?
It's S Featley TV. It used to be just my name. It's just now S Featley TV. So it's just my first initial name, just my last name. And yeah, I mean, like, there's. I think we're also doing like we're sharing ours at the minute because the transfer deadline day we're going to be sharing it because I'll be doing 8 to 10 or just finished just before 10, and then I'm going on a new channel that's just started up, which is Devils United.
On the other channel, Manic, on the other channel, what other channel?
I don't know what the other but
yeah, big up Static as well for posting Steven's channel link in that. Smash the likes and listen, guys, come on in. Like, you lot are in the chat, active in the chat. Come on and have your say. It's honestly, there's nothing to it. Hey, if I can do it, and I put myself out there with a disability. Listen, if I can do it, you guys can do it. So come on, like, well, I'll make stars out of you yet. Do you know what I mean? Like, you'll be rocking with Beyonce before long. You know, like.
You never know. Jesus. You never know. Right. Depends how viral one video gets or one call makes.
Mate, I tell you what, let me tell you, I've got more chance of rocking because the leg of the chair fell off than me rocking with Beyonce. Let me tell you something, like, honestly, it's just insane.
Yeah, I'll get you hint. I'll get you hint. Oh, don't. Oh. But yeah, yeah, I mean, like we said, there's this new channel that started up. It's a Man United channel, and she's done five videos already. She's up to 150 subs already, so she's doing very well in a minute. So I'm just helping out with that channel in a minute. So yeah, we'll be sharing the transfer stream on that one. But yeah, the hybrid squad, I've been trying to get hold of them for a while actually. So I've been trying to get hold of like Kevin Campbell and the hybrid squad for a while. So
yeah. Listen, guys, I'm going to go for about another 5 minutes. So if you want to come on, 5-minute warning. Otherwise, I'm going to wrap up because, yeah, Stephen, you've been on nearly the whole entire hour.
Yeah, I know. I didn't mean to, man.
Yeah, no, it's right because there's nobody backstage, so Like,
Yeah.
while there's nobody backstage, you're on. But yeah, honestly, guys, come on, who's gonna come on? Chat. Oh Jesus, be brave. Come on, we're always telling Arsenal to be brave. Do you know what I mean? Like,
Yeah.
you're all moving like Arteta this evening. Honestly, you're all moving like Arteta. Oh
more,
dear.
more like Granit Xhaka when he ducks in front of a ball. All right.
Bad.
Yeah. I mean, like, I was never positive going into this season in the first place.
Yeah.
I think, like like I said after the Chelsea game and I said after the Brentford game, the only positive I took out of them was that there's one less game to do. There's 36 more games to do. And I felt like I've written the season off already. I didn't feel there was no point asking for. To be honest, the way we look at the minute and the way the manager is at the minute, if we don't get rid of manager soon, we could struggle to get in the top half. I'm not even joking. We could literally end up without the top half if we're not careful. And we don't get an ambitious manager in. People saying we can't get Conte in, right? Well, the only reason he didn't go to Spurs is he didn't get the money, right, that he wanted. If we were ambitious enough, we could give him the money that he wanted, and we would have been able to get him. But this club's got no ambition, so we have got the potential of doing it, but whether he gets the backing he deserves and also gets the control he deserves, because I think he should be the manager, not the head coach, then that's another matter. What do you think?
Do you know? I can imagine, right? Yeah, the Arteta in fans, right? Yeah, saying, we are positive. Just look at the COVID outbreak that's happened in the club. Do you know what I mean? Like,
yeah,
I could imagine all the Arteta in fans using that as an excuse. Honestly,
yeah,
these
have.
Arteta in fans use anything to try and big up.
That, do you know what? It sounds exactly like Wenger before he left. It sounds exactly like it. Like, but I actually think like Arteta's getting more defense than Wenger did. Right, and Wenger gave us so much. And don't get me wrong, Wenger gave us a lot. He gave us a lot. You could say he brought Arsenal to the 21st century. He didn't. People say he made Arsenal. We know he didn't. Herbert Chapman made Arsenal. If it weren't for Herbert Chapman, we never had the greats that we had all the way through the years. Like Bertie Mee, we wouldn't have had George Graham. We wouldn't have had Arsene Wenger. So, but Arteta seems to get more defence than Wenger did. And I can't work it out. I really can't work out why. He wasn't a great player for us. He never was. I don't get anyone's point over him. I just don't get what this love fest over him is about.
Yeah, it's mad. It's total mad.
We live in a mad fan base in a mad world. So put us back 20 years.
Yeah, we do. We do. We just live in a mad. We live in a mad world.
Yeah.
Listen, nobody else is coming on, so I'm gonna wrap this show up. Because listen, Stephen, I want to big yourself up for being on the nearly over an hour.
No, it's fine.
Yeah,
that's fine.
Obviously, not many people wanted to come on, but listen, doesn't matter whether you make the same points as other people. Anybody's welcome. This is what these fans' phone-ins are for, and hopefully the more I do them, the more people will come on. But yeah, big up to everybody who's contributed in the chat as well. Keep hitting those like buttons. Like I said, I don't really know what's happening with the preview tomorrow, just simply because I'm traveling up there. I might do the preview en route, record it, and then drop it sometime in the evening, or I might just do it when I get to the hotel. So yeah, I'm not entirely sure what's happening at the moment. But there will be a preview. And then there will be a review and fans phoning. Again, that will probably be at 10 o'clock on Saturday night. Just once I get back to Exeter, once I get back from the game, I'll do that as soon as I come in. And then Sunday, I'm going to put a poll up in the next hour or so. So you guys can pick a Premier League game that I'll do a watch along for. I'll pick a couple and then you guys can vote for which one you want me to do. But yeah, this weekend's mad crazy. That's the problem. Going overnight as well, it just takes up your whole weekend. It really does. But yeah, big up to everybody watching. Do hit the like button on your way out. Hit subscribe button on your way out. Do check out Steven's channel. It's in the chat as well. Static posted it there, so do go and give him a subscribe. Big up to all you legends. Big up to all you regulars. I will catch you all tomorrow. Take care, guys.
We'll be right back.